What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat, and today we're going to be checking out a game called Uboat. If you ever played Bomber Crew, it's kind of like that, but more complicated underneath the ocean. It's like that with a bunch more moving knobs and things like that. And so anyways, we're going to check it on out. In this game, you're going to manage the crew of a German U-boat in 1941. It is a sandbox game where you can kind of sail around, do whatever you want, sink whatever you want, kill whatever you want, and then loot and plunder. So without further ado, let's dive on into the sandbox mode. We're going to keep everything standardized right now because I don't feel the need to try super hard. So let's go ahead and do it. If the enemy ship does not want to sink, you can help it with an 88mm gun mounted on the deck. It's pretty good advice. I would think that an 88mm gun would be capable of murdering just about everything on Earth without too many problems. So yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, sure, 88mm gun will probably do a bunch of damage to any ship that decides to get in our way. A fair warning, this game is very, very difficult. All it takes is like one depth charge, and you can die horribly in the abyss. Legitimately, depth charges in this game are kind of non-discerning. In real life, I think you need to be within like 20 to 30 feet for a depth charge to actually cause like serious damage to a U-boat. In this game, they can be kind of far away and still like really, really, really hurt. And so I'm not like a World War II expert, but I'm pretty sure that depth charges are a really, really bad thing if they hit your submarine. So let's do our best not to get hit by that. Okay, so welcome to our U-boat. We are currently at port in Germany, or maybe France. It gives you kind of like a random starting spot every single time. We can actually take a look at the map, and it appears as though we are in the Bay of Biscay right now. Okay. You can also, I've started out like up here before, but like this is very, very dangerous, this start up here, because you're so close to the English Channel and kind of like this little active war zone right here that things can go wrong very quickly. For like beginners in this game who are just starting out, be aware that like this area of like the English Channel and the Celtic Sea, you 100% do not want to be like anywhere further north than this little peninsula right here. Like, if you go further north than that, there is a really, really good chance that the RAF is going to murder your ass off. So be very, very careful. Like, you can go west, you can go south. Bad things probably won't happen to you. But the second you go, like, anywhere like in here, bad things are going to start to happen at a very accelerated rate. Like, you will be surprised how hard the RAF come down on you. It will be a very, very bad time to be a navigator. I can promise you that. On our ship, we have several officers. We have Officer Loris, Leo Loris. We have Felix West. We have Adam Newman. We have Hilbert Culler. And then we also have Klaus Graf. Klaus Graf is going to be one of our main officers, as is Kohler. These two guys kind of float around and do whatever. Over here, we've got our radio man / medic. And then we've got our engineer and our torpedo man. Both these guys are technically engineers. Let me take you on a little walkthrough of our submarine. So on this side, I'm going to treat this video kind of like a video for new players to the game that have no idea what they're doing. I also have very little idea what I'm playing, but what I'm doing. But I've played a couple of hours, and I've learned some very, very hard lessons along the way. And so hopefully this video helps you at least figure out what's going on if you don't want to play the tutorial. So we've got the torpedo launcher back here. The torpedo like pops out of the bottom and then fires, as far as I can tell. For the longest time, I thought that maybe I would have to be like having my ass facing whatever it was that I was fighting. Truth of the matter is you don't. You can kind of think the torpedoes just drop out and go. I'm not super sure how it works, but I have sunk ships while facing them with the front of the ship. So like, hey, an electric compressor over here. The electric compressor is for when you are underwater. It's going to allow you to resume air pressure when you're running off batteries, which is when you're basically down and flooded. We also have the diesel compressor. You can use this when you are decks awash or when your ship is fully on the surface. You can use this to replenish the air inside of your craft. The workshop over here is for converting scrap into usable parts so that you can repair the ship. We have the engine room. Can't really do a whole lot over here. This is mostly automated, not a whole lot of things that happen. There is a ventilation thing over here, but I've never had to use it, so it's never been relevant. We have the engine room down here. These little buttons, you can cut power, and you can also evacuate them if you need to. And you can actually stay afloat with like an entire compartment underwater. It's just kind of sketchy. So the galley, This is where we are going to cook meals and get things done along with the storage room. We've got the deck area right here, or I'm sorry, I guess this is going to be like the rack where the crew sleeps or whatever. We've also got the command module right here is what I'm calling it. I don't know what it's officially called, the control room. We're going to have our gyro compass over here. It's going to help us find our way. We've got an echo sounder, which allows us to locate ships and things of that nature. We have our battle hams right here, which we have hanging from the ceiling just in case we get hungry mid-combat. We have navigation on this side. If you get lost at sea, you got to assign somebody to navigation. They'll help you find your way. We've got the depth steers. This is going to be where the guys go when you want to go down or up in the water. We've got the radio room for receiving and sending transmissions and also for listening in on our enemies. We have the listening room over here, which I don't know how that's super distinct from the radio room, but it's never been useful. I haven't really used it that much. We have the officers' racks over here, just in case you're worried about that. We've got a cabinet where equipment is stored, and then we have torpedo storage up here on the front, just in case you were worried about that. And so we've got a rear torpedo launcher, and we've got a, I guess, aft torpedo launcher. That would explain why the torpedoes came out of the front or something when I fired it. Makes sense. Up this way, we've got our 88mm deck gun. We've got an anti-aircraft gun. We've got our conning station right here, which is where they can stand and look for other ships so that we can fire at them. But for right now, the first thing that we need to do in order to get started is we need to double-click on Klaus Graf. We're going to order him to leave the position and go into first-person mode, and then we are going to climb down the ladder on this side, and we're going to go talk to our commanding officer, who is going to give us orders and tell us what we should be doing for right now, because we need to take a mission so that we can start getting reputation and leveling up. There are upgrades that we can apply to our ship if we are successful at sea. If we are not successful, the upgrades won't matter because we will all be growing gills at the bottom of the ocean in Davy Jones' locker. So Klaus Schmidt, Admiralty is deeply impressed by your last patrol. Solid work, Captain. I haven't been on a patrol yet, but sure, I'll take it. Are there any orders right now? We're going to click on that to get our first mission. It's usually going to be like normal stuff like patrolling. And so we have a low difficulty mission to patrol BE. That's a good place to start. BE is pretty safe. It's not like crazy safe, but it's safe enough to where you probably won't die. I mean, you might, but you probably won't. The other thing we need to do is we need to refuel the ship and get it all going. So what we're going to do is I don't know what they're looking at with the binoculars right now. Apparently we're engaging in voyeurism at all the men that are working out at the gym right now. I don't know. Let's go over and talk to the quartermaster. And what I need is a super awesome pipe like that, man. I don't understand how your pipe got so much more awesome than my pipe, but I wish that my pipe was as awesome as yours. We can buy torpedoes, which we can put in storage. They are very, very expensive, though, and right now we only have like 16,000. Or I'm sorry, I think we only have 6,000. Yeah, reputation. And these cost like 1,000 a piece. So we probably don't want to mess with them. We've got steam torpedoes. We have electric torpedoes. These guys right here, I think all of these guys use acoustic sensors if it's World War II. So what they would do is they would listen basically internally for like the vibrations in the water from like propellers and things like that. And then they would face that, and then they would like adjust so that the sound was like equalized on both sides. And then they would just go and try to hit the enemy. I'm pretty sure that's how they used to work back then. But somebody that's a World War II buff can probably tell you what is right. I don't know if that's correct. I think it's somewhat correct. We need to buy fuel. You definitely want fuel. So let's go ahead and we'll refuel real fast. Don't really need ammunition. I don't think we really need food either. I think as far as equipment goes, we'll get some spare parts. Yeah, let's just buy like 5 of those, and we'll throw those into a slot there. I don't think those stack up, but it'll be okay. We have potassium absorbers. I have no idea what you use those for. It's never been relevant as I've been playing the game for a couple of hours. Never been relevant. Never needed them. I'm sure they do something, but I haven't had to use one yet, so hell, we're not going to worry about having more of them, are we? We're just going to keep things a-truckin' right now. Let's get back on the ship, and then we are going to use the mouse wheel to scroll on out and get back out to the view, and it's time for us to give some orders. So our first mission is to go into BE right here, and we have to cruise 2,000 kilometers inside this area, and that will be considered a patrol. We can do that in any means that we want. We can zigzag, we can go straight across, then straight back. Doesn't really matter. We don't have to kill anything, shoot anything, blow anything up, but if we see anything along the way, we probably should, because that's going to be a fantastic source of getting more budgets. So let's set our orders. We're going to say we need to plot a course. We're going to plot a course over to here. Yeah, apparently it wants to go that way. So you know what? I'm not going to argue with it. It can go that way, and then we're going to shift right-click our way on over to BE. And then once we get there, we'll kind of think about how we want to do things. I mean, there's a good chance we may run into aircraft over here. There's a good chance that we may run into shipping liners that are running in between Britain and over to the United States. It just kind of depends. And if we see any of that stuff, we're going to want to kill it and sink it. Next thing we need to do is give orders. We have a number of speeds that we can travel at. We've got Grobyfart, Halberfart, Langsfart, Kleinefart, and Dieselfart. Apparently. We are going to go Langsfart 2. So there it is. Langsfart 2 has been scheduled, and as you will see, our U-boat will start to move. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, my friends. We are leaving the safety of port, and hopefully we will survive this horrid, dangerous, awful mission. You could not pay me enough money to get inside this death trap. You could put me on the front lines. You could send me on Operation Barbarossa, I guess. Send me anywhere. Just don't put me inside this thing. The autopilot is kind of stupid, and so we don't take any damage from colliding with anything. We can manually control the ship if we really, really want to by plotting, like, what our facing is and then, like, turning it manually. But, yeah, you know, it is possible to beat yourself and has all kinds of problems. Let's go ahead and compress time, and because it is foggy right now, I'm going to strongly recommend that we assign this guy right here to go be a navigator. I'm not trying to get lost right now. So you go to the navigation station and navigate for me, please. When you're in thick fog like this, it's a good idea to have a navigator, especially once you get out to sea. Pertinent things that are on our UI right now that you probably need to know about. We've got our battery capacity. It recharges when we're on the surface, but when we're underneath the water, that's what we're going to be running off of so that we'll be nice and silent because diesel engines are noisy and they can be easily found by sonar. We've got our fuel, so we've got 1,200 kilometers worth of usage. We've got oxygen, not going to be relevant until we go underwater. And we've got discipline, which basically this game has kind of a sanity mechanic where if you're in combat for too long, discipline will break and people start throwing themselves overboard and freaking the hell out. We don't want that. Reputation is what level we are. As we get more of that, we get the ability to upgrade our craft and make it more awesome. This is the currency that we spend on things. This is our engine settings right now. We've got our depth settings. We have our... I'm not sure what this does. I think it's the rudder. We can actually, like, point the ship in different directions if we want to. And then we've got our map. And as you can see, we are at sea right now. So let's go ahead and move a little bit faster so that we can get to the action in this episode. And interesting things aren't really going to happen until we get over to BE. So I'm going to suggest that we just hang out for a little while. And so I'll see you when we arrive. All right, and now that we're in the fast travel zone, it'll go a little bit faster. So nothing to worry about right there. We're moving rapidly with much aplomb. We have about 1,000 kilometers until we arrive at where we're trying to be at. Until we get to this zone right here, this is kind of a danger area over here. I would suggest not taking any spy missions. They usually give you spy missions at the beginning to drop off spies in England or in Wales or in Ireland. Really, really bad plan. Don't take those missions. They never go well. You always get seen or spotted by some kind of craft and blown up. It's a mess, all right? Don't do it. It's a mistake. Oh, we've got... No, never mind. It's not clear out here. It's definitely not clear out here. I was hoping the weather would clear up a little bit. It's going to make spotting enemies really, really difficult, and this is absolutely going to make us harder to see. But at the same time... Oh, we have a new order right here from HQ. Let's go ahead and look at it. Oh, good. The weather cleared up. HQ has sent us a message. Let's see here. We have a crucial technology that has been loaded on freighter NA1. It must be sunk at all costs. Its predicted location is 47 north, 16 west. Okay, so this is where this is going to get complicated. So what we need to do is we have this transport group right here. We want to click on them, and then we want to plot an interception path right here. Unfortunately, that's going to take us super close to the English Channel. Good chance we're going to get seen by aircraft in the RAF. They're more than likely going to be babysitting this guy right here. Bad things might happen, so I'm going to save the game real quick. Now that the game has been saved, all we can do is hope. All we can do is hope. If we get spotted by aircraft, what I'd like to do... We'll keep on the surface for right now, even though it's risky. We're not going to do an emergency dive or anything else like that. Let me see how close we are to our destination. We got about 400 kilometers. We'll probably get there right about daybreak. Yeah. Let's go ahead and set engine speed to Lebensfart, I suppose, or whatever that is, Grolfart. I'd like to intercept them before we get any closer to the UK. I'd really, really, really like this interception to be done. They should not be escorted. These should just be normal, like, fuel tankers or something else like that. And so pretty soon we should have visual contact. If you zoom in, it's going to give you a sight line right here. You will know that the enemy is there. And you have the sight line. These guys are going to skedaddle and try to run the moment they see us. But I'm going to stay surfaced for right now because I'm a crazy bastard like that. I'm a super crazy bastard. Graf, I'm going to need you up here. So please, Graf. Don't need you on the machine gun. I need you on the conning tower, my guy. Unfortunately, sometimes it can be hard to get this to target. Let's go in here. Sometimes it's easier like this. There we go. I'm going to need you on that, and we're going to assign him 2 active crew members to help out with spotting for the torpedo launches. It's going to make this simpler. I don't know if we have visual on them just yet. We don't have contacts. What will happen is actually once we've made visual contact, we'll have them listed right here, and we'll be able to target them that way, and it'll make life a little bit easier. But for right now, how close are we? Oh, we're real close. We're like super close. Okay. Oh, there's our first transport right there. Our line of sight's getting better too. They're probably going to see us. We can make things a little bit easier by going decks. Oh, well, don't go decks awash. Never mind. That's a mistake. Don't go decks awash because then we won't have spotters. We'll have to use the periscope to do it, and using the periscope to do it makes this more complicated than it needs to be. So these dudes over here, we don't have visual on them just yet, but we will. Let's go ahead and speed it up slightly. Oh, they moved on us. Okay, run interception on them. Yeah, they diverted course, unfortunately. That's not good. Sometimes you can end up chasing these guys across the entire ocean. Like, legitimately. They run like crazy once they know that you're around. Once we have a sight line on them, things will get a little bit easier. So we have chimney smoke over there. Radio man, go ahead and report that. These are our transports. So we have a freighter right there. We're going to set them up to be targeted by Klaus Graf. We're going to turn off time compression. We're going to go down to here. Now that we have this guy, we can take a look at him. He's right there. We have chimney smoke on that side too. So we have a bunch of these guys that are kind of like around. I do wish that your ship was marked. Looks like he's looking for us too. He may radio in for help once he sees us. So where's our guy at? We don't have him quite targeted yet. This little button right here is going to light up once we have him fully targeted. And once we're in range, and we should be able to launch. I'm going to see this guy right here. Stay on an interception course. See if we can close the gap. We should be able to launch torpedoes from like 20 kilometers, 15 kilometers in there. But it'll be easier. I think that red one in the back is the one that we want. Oh, we have alarm. Is there something in the air? Hold on. We got to look for planes. Why did they sound the alarm? Oh, we're ready to launch torpedoes. How far out are we? We're 8 kilometers right now. Okay. Flood tube 1. While tube 1 is flooding, we are ready to fire right now. We are prepped to fire. These torpedoes are all warmed up. If they're red, that means that they've had maintenance done on them to it basically minimizes the chance that it'll be a dud. 8 kilometers, that's going to be a pretty good launch. We may want to get closer. What is that? Our chance of a hit? Alright, let's move up a little closer. They're not going to be able to outrun us. So let's see if we can get that percentage up ever so slightly. 80% sounds good. Launch. And so our first torpedo is away. We're going to want to flood torpedo number 2 and get it ready. It's going to be a minute before that torpedo gets there. My suggestion would be that maybe we prep to launch on him. So we have torpedo 1 away. It's in the water right there. And it's going after him. Next up. I would like you to sight in. Well, he's kind of in the background. Let's just keep torpedoes on him. They are making a run right now. We have a chimney smoke right there, which is bad. That might be a destroyer group or something that's... Oh, dude, we're so close right now. Oh, there's a good chance we're going to be intercepted by the RAF. I'm a little worried about this, as you can tell. Airplanes in this game are like death. I'm not joking. Planes will one-shot you from the sky with bombs and stuff. It gets like, you end up diving down deeper than you want to dive. Like, it gets nasty. It gets real, real nasty, because all it takes is for like one depth charge to land, and then you've got like a big problem on your hands. We have him 96% sighted in. Let's go ahead and we're going to sit at forward 1 right now. If he gains any distance on us, that's okay. I'm not going to panic. Where's our torpedo at? Let's go ahead and actually we're going to go full stop for right now and just kind of wait and see what happens. Torpedo 1 is away. The tube is loaded. Give me forward 1 until we know about that collision. It will slow the game down when the torpedo is within 10 seconds of impact, so we don't need to worry about that too much. All right. Let's go ahead and look at our target. See if we hit. 40 seconds till impact. We launched at 80% aim. 10 seconds to impact. Let's see if we got a winner or if we have a dud. Could be either or. We've already got a second one ready to go, just in case. Come on. It's a miss. All right. Fire again. Flood another tube. And as soon as that one's ready, we will also fire it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait for the next torpedo to hit. Disappointing. There's an okay chance that it might hit one of these two guys right here. Nope, never mind. Didn't even come close. NA1 is my guy. That's a freighter right there. Why is it red? I don't see any notifications right now. Why are we alarmed? Why are we freaking out? Alright, so the torpedo's halfway. We're going to get this guy. We are going to get this dude. So we're only at forward 1 right now. Alright, 10 seconds and counting. Let's see if we can sink this sumbitch. Come on, don't be a miss. Come on. It's a miss. Okay. Fire again. Apparently we're really bad at our jobs right now, but as time goes along, our dudes will level up, and they will start to score hits. We're going to go ahead and stop off right here. I don't want to be too far from the ship. Tube 2's ready to go. Feed it to him. There you go. Give him everything, man. Unleash the full salvos. Give him the might, as it were. Is that an electric torpedo? Why is that going so slowly? Come on. I just need like one of these to hit. Like, I don't need all of these to hit. I need like one to hit. These things go down really... Yeah, there it is. Got ourselves a hit right there. Minimal damage. Oh, yeah, we barely even scuffed him. Unfortunate, but we're going to get rid of him. Hopefully one of the other two will hit. We've got 2 more torpedoes headed on in. And so if either of these salvos actually manages to take this dude out, we'll be in really, really good shape. He is flooding right now. You can see his health trickling downwards. Hopefully we'll hit him with another torpedo and it'll force him to abandon ship. Come on. Please don't be a miss. It was a miss, unfortunately. Yeah, we should probably flood another tube just in case. We need this guy like toasty. Let's go ahead and throw it into Langus Fart again. And see if while Langus farting, we can actually land a hit over here. 20 seconds. Come on. Give me something here. Give me something good. Is it a miss? It's a miss. Damn, dude, we are not good at this right now. We have him 100% targeted, and he's flooding all on his own right now. So he's going to go down either way. They're going to have to abandon ship in just a minute. You'll see them throw the little dinghy overboard, and they'll start boarding it. And we'll fire another one right there, but we're pretty much out of torpedoes at the moment. So if we don't manage to land a hit pretty soon... The torpedo hit. Minimal damage. Unfortunate. Okay. Where are we in comparison to that ship? Oh, we're not actually that close. We could probably go up to Halbefart and see if that works. Let's go up to Halbefart. Yeah, I need you guys to be like, intercept NA1, please. Flood the tube. I'm thinking maybe I should get a little bit closer when I fire these shots. They should have a range of like 14 kilometers, but... Come on. Oh, did we hit that guy right there? I think one of our torpedoes missed and hit this dude. It's another miss. Keep firing. God, how many torpedoes can it take to kill one guy? I am telling you. What's the difference between this ship and this ship? Are we just like firing blindly into the formation? I might be doing this improperly. I don't know. I don't know. Give him another one. What's the worst that can happen? Maybe we'll actually hit something. I don't know. I'm trying really, really hard right now. We're going to close the gap, though. It looks like we've got a couple of them pretty severely damaged. That one's way off. That one wasn't even close. I don't even think that one tried. Ooh. Oh, that's my torpedo. I thought that was another sub. I was like, oh, that's not good. I'm going to try to do sub-to-sub combat right now. That might be a hit. It's a miss again? Is it really? Ooh, there we go. That's a good one right there. Minimal damage yet again. Damn. We are not landing the hits that we need to hit right now. I'm about to come in and finish the job by hand with the heavy explosive gun. It's going to be weak sauce. Did they already ditch out? Call me Negative Nancy, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, no, they already ditched out. There they are right there. Yep, they ran for it. Congratulations, Commandant. We've scored our first victory, but we got to go back and, like, get a lot more torpedoes. Like, we're kind of torpedoed out right now. We're a little bit under. Skipper, maybe I'm not a doctor, but I recognize tuberculosis without a shadow of a doubt. Alwyn Keller needs medical attention. Okay. All right. Sickness is unfortunately spreading. Let's get back on the ship real fast. And we will ditch this view. And this game is called Uboat. If this looks like something that is interesting to you, you can check it out down below in the description. I hope you like it. My name is Splattercat. I show off indie games every single day on the internet, sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile so that you don't have to. We are doing all right now. We're not doing terribly. We're not doing terribly. I may need to jump on the deck gun and finish them off, but I feel like we're in pretty good straits right now. We're not looking too bad. We've managed to cause some pretty considerable damage to either of these ships. I'll see y'all later. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, and I'll catch you next time. Hi to everybody.